The Guild is a quite extraordinary organisation. It's a union of artists and filmmakers and writers and illustrators from across Eurasia, from a whole lot of different countries. And interestingly, in this time of lockdown and nationalism, when everybody else is splitting far apart, the Guild is growing, and it's quite extraordinary. We really need art to be a unifier.
We're a real cultural hub. We're at the centre of Europe, and this is a place, as the Guild is, where people can come together, share their experiences, build bridges to become closer.
This is a wonderful platform to expose and share creative works, and I commend all of the participants for their efforts. It has long been the standard in the film world to view works on a big screen format, where landscapes and details tell stories, and people and cultures are the fascination of the world.
London has a long and vibrant history, and I think it's a great place to hold this festival because it's such a multicultural and diverse city.
I'm stood here in the heart of Romford in our marketplace, which was created in 1247 and is probably the heritage and cultural point of our town. So, why Romford for a film festival? Well, the Romford Film Festival has been happening since 2017, and from our experience of the film festival, there are lots and lots and lots of independent filmmakers in Romford and in Havering. We have a lot of people here. There's as many people in Havering as there are in the third largest city in Sweden. So actually, there's a lot of us, and that's a lot of people that like film. There are currently 2 cinemas in Romford, and there's been another 2 that have been prevalent in Romford over the last 100 years too. So yeah, Romford is a place for film because it's a place full of heritage and culture that's been here for hundreds and hundreds of years.
London is, of course, itself a great cultural centre, and it's terrific that despite COVID-19, life is getting back to normal, and that we will have the pleasure of seeing the work of more than 40 different directors.
What's remarkable is we have a huge number of entries there, and it's going to be a showcase for some of the best young filmmakers from across the continent. And it's a real opportunity to bring people together to show their work and just showcase the remarkable breadth of ideas, both visual and creative, we have from across Eurasia.
The Eurasian Film Festival in Romford in East London is a great opportunity for filmmakers from Central Asia to programme their work and showcase their work to a wide public, not just the British public, including the local people in that area, but also visitors who come from all over the world.
Obviously, COVID-19 has affected almost everything. So this year, our film festival will take a slightly different format. Unfortunately, we're unable to have the social events that we would normally have, although we are still keeping the awards ceremony at the end. We are going to run our festival, but it's going to be more about the films as opposed to the social engagement. We are obviously making sure that we are maintaining the safety of everyone that attends the festival. So we will be limiting the festival screen sizes. And if we need to expand those, we can show the same film in multiple screens at the same time if we get enough people that are interested. The festival this year is going to run from the 13th to the 19th, although the 13th to the 18th are the key days. On the 19th, what we're going to do is we're going to be showing films that people have indicated that they've not been able to see or may have missed, and that we will be showing the most popular, most demanded films again on the 19th. So that's like an additional tag-along day, an opportunity to catch up on some of the films that you might have missed earlier on through the festival. Each day the festival will run from 10 a.m. through till about 11:30 p.m. with the Eurasian Creative Guild's section varies slightly during the middle of the day each day. There's not going to be quite the breaks that we're used to having between the film slots, and everything's going to be tracked down into a 2-hour slot. So it might be one feature film on its own, or it might be a feature film along with several short films, or it might be a selection of short films. So normally with the festival, we will have the interviews in the screen. However, because of concerns over what they refer to as the aerosols of spray through conversation, we're going to actually take them out of the screen. So the interviews will take place in a separate studio, and they will take place with an interviewer and the people that are being interviewed. We will try and get those live as possible, as early as possible. We may be looking to do some sort of Zoom interviews during that process. And those will go out each and every day during the festival, making sure that people, if they can't be part of the festival as such, they can still be part of the festival, even if it's virtually. And for those that are part of the festival and are seeing things, they're going to get the opportunity to ask their questions, and their questions reaching them through a slightly different format. So the audience may be able to ask a question, and then the interviewer will ask the question of the filmmaker or the actor when they are being interviewed in the studio.
I think we need to get away from the narrow perspective of Hollywood. Hollywood's great and they've done great films, but we really need to see the world's film. We need to see the world's perspective instead of just America's or such. We really need to see how people in Eurasian see the world and how they see their own people and how they see the outside world. I think because it's humanity. It's about humanity. It's not just about characters and people and everything. It's about humanity, and I think that's something we really need to see in the film world.